I'm getting ready to sit here and chill. Hey, you want to go in the room? That's my daughter. She's miserable. No. She's miserable. She's been miserable for the last couple of days because she's 6, right? And those of you who are watching and who are familiar with me, you know, she's autistic. And I showed her how to use the computer twice. I bought a mouse, one of those mini mouses. I bought one of those, so that way it would be easier for her to manipulate the computer, you know. And I showed her, I think I spent a couple of days with her practicing on and off. Not a whole lot, just, you know, on and off. And she just mastered it. I'm telling you, autistic children, man, they're very, don't, let me tell you something, don't put it past them. They're very, very special children. I mean, she masters it now. She goes to YouTube on her own. I have her on this site called Splash Learn. I got the membership for a year. It was only $89. And she's like, I see that she knows how to count in her head. You know, she looks at something, she doesn't use her fingers, she just looks at it and automatically she knows how many it is. And she chooses the number that correlates with the amount of items that are listed on the screen. And I just find that so fascinating, you know. I'm like, wow, you know. She's very, very bright, very, very bright. She's just starting to talk more, and her vocabulary has become very, very extensive. But she won't really talk on her own unless there's something that she wants. You have to kind of like drag it out of her to get her to talk. She's doing a lot of repeating. So I'll say, what's that? And she'll say, what's that? Instead of telling me what it is, she'll say, what's that? So, but I'm so glad because she's making a lot of progress. But the last couple of days, yesterday and today, she's been miserable in her emotions. She holds on to emotions just like her father. She's been in her emotions because it's like once I show her how to use the computer, all of a sudden no one else can use the computer. No one else can use the computer. You cannot change it from Trolls because it's like her favorite show to watch. You know, she wants to watch Trolls and no one else can use the computer. So I'm trying to teach her balance right now. All right, and the only way that I can do that is by having her abstain from whatever it is that she enjoys the most, which is the computer. She has found a deep love for the computer now, and being able to control, because she's very controlling. She has Scorpio deep in her chart, heavy in her chart. So she likes to be able to control and do things on her own and not having to wait for someone else to come and change the site for her and so on and so forth. So I admire that, and you know, I understand how that feels now, because now she has like a sense of liberation, but at the same time she has to learn balance, and she also has to understand boundaries. So that's what I'm teaching her now, which is kind of tough, because you understand with those lessons you can't communicate, you can't verbally teach, especially with her being autistic. She has to learn from the very experience itself, okay? So you have to show her what you mean. So what I've done is I've taken the computer away from her, right? And I have to tell y'all what she did. Y'all got to watch out with YouTube, all right? So I've taken the computer from her, right, from yesterday and today. And at least she has a cell phone. And sometimes I'll switch out and I'll take my cell phone and I'll give her the tablet. and then she also has her leapfrog. Alright, so she has those things to move through, to go in between. But it's like, that ain't shit, Mommy. I don't want that no more. I want this big computer here. You understand? Because I have learned to master this. So, which lets me know she has a little too much, So, and that lets me know I need to create a balance by decreasing, taking away too much, taking away, deducting what she has, keeping a balance. And then once she's forgotten about the computer and this little crying thing stops and she get out of her emotions, I will ease her back in there, but not as, much as I did before. There will be a limit this time. So I have definitely learned my lesson with her. But I wasn't expecting that reaction. But let me tell you what I was going to tell y'all what happened. Y'all gotta watch YouTube and y'all gotta watch that Google Pay bullshit, okay? I'm not saying don't use it, but just know what you're doing when you're using it, okay? So, this one, the same daughter that I'm talking about, my 6-year-old, she's on YouTube, and like I said, she loves trolls everything, everything, she loves it. Especially that last Trolls, that World Tour. Man, I know that movie back and forth. But anyway, she's on YouTube, right? And you know how you can go through YouTube and if you're a mother, or a father who, spends a lot of time nurturing your children, you start to see, come to realize the things that they're interested in, right? So she's on Trolls. She's on YouTube, and she's pulling up these little video clips of the movie. Even though she's seen the movie and we have access to the movie, she's still going on YouTube, pulling up the little video clips, and she's watching the video clips. And she can watch Hulu and all of that on the phone, but anyway, she just loves YouTube for some reason. But sometimes when you type in, Trolls or The Little Mermaid or whatever, it's going to also pull up the version in which you can purchase, the full movie version that you can purchase. Well, little Mrs. Monty decided, right, that she wanted to look at Trolls, and she wanted to look at the full movie HD version. You guys know where I'm going with this, right? So then they have this little button. Now I know this because I went back and checked it out after she purchased the movie. Y'all already know that's where I'm going. So they have this little button, and the button says purchase for $14.99. Obviously she pressed the button, and obviously she went through the little steps or whatever she had to do to purchase this movie for $14.99, a movie that she don't see I don't know how many times and that we can watch for free. She decides she just want to give away $14.99 of Mama's money. So I didn't know until I happened to, grab one of the devices or whatever. And I look and I see, thank you for your purchase. Trolls, YouTube, $14.99. I was like, what the fuck? So I took off my glasses to look at that. You're supposed to put on your glasses. I took off my glasses to look at that. I was like, no, she didn't. So automatically I went in my inbox. I looked. They done sent me my receipt. Google Pay done sent me a receipt. 2 receipts coming from 2 different places, which are in essence one. And I'm like, what the hell? So I go in the living room and I'm like, Millie done bought a movie from YouTube. If y'all listen good, y'all can hear her whining in the background. She is just so miserable and so depressed about her not being able to be on the computer. And like I said, this is day 2 of going through this now. Me and her been at war, been fighting about this movie. about this computer. So I was like, Millie done bought a movie on YouTube. I was like, ain't it something that I have to do in order to, even have them process this movie? I said, I can't believe they just let the shit just go through like that. They didn't have no, they didn't ask me to put in no code or nothing. And Google Play does it, but YouTube don't do it. So I'm like, what is going on? So then her father was like, well, go ahead and just go. You should be able to cancel it, So I was like, all right, well, let me go ahead and cancel it. But I went back to the email first to check it out and see how the cancellation process went. Because usually, they'll have a link inside that's highlighted that says cancel, and you just click on it and it'll take you to the page. But I didn't see that. But what I did see... what I did see is that you have up to a certain amount of time, I can't remember, to cancel the movie if you have not watched the movie. So I was like, I wonder if she watched this movie. So I went on into YouTube, I went through the process, I went to the cancel button, and got to the page where you submit the request to cancel. I hit the button and submit, came back up, and it was like, oh, you can't cancel this movie. This movie has already been watched several times. I was like, I said, this little fucking girl. So I was so damn mad, I went straight to Google and took my fucking card off of that shit. All my cards off of that shit. I said, because if y'all gonna play like that, I said, y'all ain't gonna have no access to my shit like that. Because y'all should have a better control device that prevents shit like that from happening. Because when you go into Google Play to download certain apps or whatever that require payment, they won't let you buy it until you put in some type of verification code or something like that. Some type of bullshit, I can't remember. They won't let you buy it. For YouTube, it's like, yeah, whoever pressed this button is yours. And it's yours. I was like, wow, ain't that some shit. So, and the fight is about between me and her. Like I said, she don't want anyone else to use the computer, but not only that, it's like, she goes, so we worked out a thing, right? So I said, okay, now she's going to the site, she's finding other movies that she likes, and she's coming to me, and she's wanting me to get the movie for her, but because she can't get it now, I took my card off. So I said, I tell you what, I won't get this movie for you. I won't buy it for you. But I'll take you and let you watch it someplace else. Hulu, Netflix, whatever. And so I take her to the other site and I'll pull up the very same movie and she's like, no. She don't want to watch it on them sites. She want to watch it on YouTube. She want me to pay $15 for movies that she's seen over and over and over again. Movies that she has unlimited access to. So that's what the fight is about. And she's determined to win. She's determined to win, honey. But so am I. And I have a little more experience than her. And my skin is a little more tougher than hers. So we're going to see who's going to win. She's going to forget all about that computer. And then when I introduce it to her again, it's going to be like candy to her. It's going to be like candy to her. So these are the wars that I have with my children. And pretty much even grown people in my life who act like children. These are the wars that I fight. Most of the time, that's what it is. People trying to get me to change and do what they want me to do. I know everyone experiences that, but to me it seems like it's a constant thing for me. You know, I'm constantly having to fight to defend my liberation. You know, what's good for me, what's best for me. It's a constant war, a constant battle. Constant battle, and it's everywhere I go. It's people around me that I know. It's people around me that I don't know, complete strangers. You know, people who are closest to me. People who are distant to me. It's a constant struggle. So I do a lot of abstaining, you know, a lot of sacrificing, you know, do a lot of that as a means to get, because when people get in my way and they're like, I'm going to stop you from moving, I have to show them you don't have any type of power in my life and you can't stop me from doing anything that I set out to do for myself, and I'm going to show you. I'm a Taurus. By nature, I am very patient, and I will wait your fucking ass out. I will wait your motherfucking ass out. You see, because most people are not patient. Most people are lacking in that area, and I got it naturally. Yes, I do, honey. Give me some coffee. Give me some smoke. Give me a nice peaceful environment where I'm comfortable, and I will wait your motherfucking ass out. You'll be like, okay. You win. Oh, yes, baby. Yes, indeed. See, that's the thing. Once you become aware of, you know, certain gifts that you have, certain gifts that you were born with, that you have naturally, that you use on a daily basis, unbeknownst to your awareness, you know, you have these gifts, and then you also have gifts that you develop, you know, in your life while you are going through life, and you're having these earthly experiences as well as spiritual experiences. You become aware, you awaken, and you develop other gifts as well. And by the time you reach my age, it's like you start to learn how to master them, you know, because by the time you reach my age, you start to see things different. You start to see life differently, you know, and you realize that life is not really a struggle. It's people that make it a struggle. It's our concept, the way that we think, the way that we perceive things, our inability to change and, you know, conform to the changes of the universe. You know, the universe is constantly shifting. The earth is constantly going through shifts. And we can't hold on to anything. Don't hold on to anything, because when we came in this motherfucker, we came in here naked. When we leave here, we're going to leave naked. Well, not really. We'll have on a suit or some dress or something like that. But what I mean is, we don't have any wealth. You know, we leave. We came in here without wealth, and we're leaving without wealth. Everything that we made, what we created in the world, is going to be left to our descendants. Right, our descendants. You know? So, you know? We didn't come here with anything, so it's not good to become attached to things or try to hold on to things. You do more harm to yourself than good, because nothing is permanent. Everything is constantly changing. Everything. The only thing that does not change is death. You know, and that is, everybody is going to face that someday. No one lives forever in this physical form. The physical form changes. And we know that for a fact because we witness it. We witness it changing. The sun rises and it sets every day. The moon is indifferent. It changes positions throughout the night. You know, everything changes. The seasons, everything changes. You know, everything changes. So it's not good to hold on to anything. Nothing is truly yours. Nothing is truly yours. We possess things. We possess things in both healthy and unhealthy manners. We possess things to the point of obsession and addiction. I've learned so much about addiction because I work with people who suffer from addictions. Those are the type of people that I have within my cipher. And as a healer, those are the type of people that I work with. People who have addictions, all types of addictions, recognized and unrecognized. And my role is to teach them how to control those addictions, because you can't really get away from them. You can't never get away from them. Those addictions are always there, tempting you, testing you. Not to draw you into a situation where you're out of control, but to teach you how to exercise absolute control. Believe it or not, people who suffer from addictions are generally people who are supposed to be bosses, leaders. But before they can reach that point, they have to learn control. They have to learn how to control their passions, their addictions, their obsessions. And everything that they go through in their life is geared towards that learning. Everything that they go through is geared towards that learning. Taking pleasure and exploiting it, rendering it just out of control. There's a limit. Everything has a limit. And if you want to be able to enjoy yourself fully, you have to develop discipline. It's very necessary. Otherwise, you can't really enjoy it. You can't fully enjoy it. The discipline is the balance. It lets you know when you're going too far, when you need to stop, when you need to abstain, so that way you can continue to enjoy this thing that you desire so much. You see, because like I said in my previous video, you know, it's not about spirituality never tells you that you can't do this. That's why when people say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, I know that they're on some bullshit. Because spirituality does not support that theory. And it's not my path. And my path says you can do whatever it is that you want to do as long as you understand your balance. As long as you know when you're going too far, before you go too far. Not afterwards, before you go too far. You know when to quit. You know when to pull out. You know when to pull out. in every area of your life. I'm serious. Seriously, yeah. So, and that's my discipline. That's how I live my life. And intuition, it plays an important part in it, because I get signs, either within or without, to let me know that, hey, you're going too far, because you always get these warning signs, and they let you know, hey, you're going too far, you need to pull back, you need to stop, you're going too far. And I don't have a problem pulling back. When I start to see those signs, I stop, cut it off right away, and I start focusing on something else until my mind is completely off of that thing, whatever it is that I just have this strong desire for. It could be related to, I just get passionate. I'm a very passionate person, even though it don't seem like it. Seem like I'm very laid back. I'm super fucking passionate, very adventurous. And once I get, it's like I get this force, and it drives me, and it's like nothing can stop me. But I do have boundaries. The universe does. It always gives me signs, let me know, not this way, you're going too far. We all get those signs, but we all don't recognize them. And some of us recognize them, but we think we can outdo them, you understand? And we proceed to cross those boundaries, and then later we wonder why we're so fucked up, and why we lost so many things, or what have you. When something like that happens, please pay attention. When I see those signs, things will let me know, okay, you're about to cross this boundary, you're about to go too far. As a part of my training, I know right away to pull back. Change my focus, change my perception. You know? It's like alchemy. Weighing and measuring, you know? Working with energy. Okay guys, well, I'm going to go ahead and close. I think this has been long enough. Thank you for tuning in. If you learned anything from this video, make sure you share it so that way someone else can learn. And make sure that if you did learn something from this video, make sure that you find the most effective way to apply it to your life and your well-being as a means to increase yourself, okay, and to make things better in your life, okay? If it's a peaceful life that you're aiming towards, you know, try to take the information that resonates with you and apply it, okay? And if there's anything that you can add to anything that I spoke about in this video, by all means, I do welcome you, and I encourage you to add your thoughts, add your comments. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what I can do to help my situation with Miss Whiny Pooh in the other room, Miss Whiny Pooh. Yeah, and any information that you have, anything that you can share on, you know, your experiences, you know, in relation to whatever it is that I spoke about, anything that I spoke about in this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you. Peace.